All right, here with Brian Nabors of the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles. I know, Brian, that was a hard one to leg it away. You know, what do you think happened there? Other than the fact they were hitting about every three that they put up, what went wrong here?
Defense, you know, we play hard with just the rotations. We wasn't getting, you know, we wanted them to run them off the three-point line because they got some good shooters, and we just wasn't able to get out there for the whole possession to run them off the three-point line. They got really good looks. I can maybe count two where we actually really contested and they shot with a hand in their face and hit the shot. So that's a great shot. But for them to catch the basketball and get the ball in their shooting pocket, shooting, you know, basically wide open shot for somebody running at them, that's just unacceptable.
It's going to be a thing until she's healed, but without Danya able to run that point and be 100%, it's been very hard for you. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't even play her, man. I'll be quite honest with you. Well, I shouldn't have played her as much, you know, because we trying to use these games as practices to try to get her back into game shape, and you know, probably just shouldn't even play her. But you know, she wanted to gut it out, and
well, what can you do though outside of her?
Well, I mean, she know her body. I'm not a doctor, and the therapist said that, you know, she could play, but you know, probably best if we, you know, rest her more. But at the same time, you know,
what can you do
on how she feels
personnel-wise if she's not
well,
in there? I mean,
it
was very hard when she wasn't in there.
It really hurt. It showed against Princeton, you know, right. And it showed a little bit tonight, you know, where, you know, she, you know, missed a few layups and she kind of got down on herself, was trying to pick her up.
And even when she wasn't in there, it was hard to get the ball.
It was a lot of pressure on Zoe Williams, but it's going to make Zoe better. You know, it's going to make Zoe Williams a better player. I think later on down the road, you know, more postseason, you know, in a regional game, I believe, you know, she'll be prepared for teams that put a lot of pressure on the basketball.
What do you do to try to? I don't want to say hold it together. You're a 12-4 basketball team. That's a good record. But what do you do until you can get her? Or do you even think she might be back to help by the time the postseason arrives here in a couple of weeks?
We got to have confidence in our other players. You know, people got to step up. She's not the only one. You know, I tell you, not having Nevaeh Mitchell tonight, that hurt. Shallow Mack, not having her, she tried to do it, but just couldn't get there. So that hurts our defensive pressure.
Yeah, you got some injuries.
We wasn't able to press the ball like we wanted to, so that hurt. So we tried to slow the game down a little bit. That's really not our style, but it was working in our hands. We was getting the ball inside, and then we just let it slip away. We did a turnover here, missed layup there, and then of course the biggest thing is our defense let us down. We did not close out on shooters and stick to the game plan as far as making them put on the floor. Except for late in the game, we let them put on the floor, let them drive to the basket. You know what I mean? Which pretty much sealed the game. So we just gotta keep getting better. We're gonna get back in the lab and we're gonna watch film and get better from it.
Yeah, Brian, I appreciate it. Thank you.